back. We're here at AWS On Air during reInvent out here in Las Vegas. I'm A.M. Grabelny, one of your hosts, joined by Farrah Campbell, another wonderful host. Tell them about yourself.
Hi, yeah, well, thank you, A.M.
Please.
My name is Farrah Campbell. I'm the head of the modern compute community here at AWS. It's my 7th reInvent, so I feel like I've been here for a while, you know.
Very nice.
Having the best time, and obviously happy to be here
We've
today.
got some from friends here from Split.io, Pato and David, please. Pato, start.
Well, thank you so much for having us. I'm Pato Echague. I'm a co-founder and CTO of Split.io. And
David Brook-Martin, and I'm on the solutions engineering team at Split.
All right, so Split is, I was checking Split out earlier. It seemed like much more than just feature flags, but we're here today to talk about feature flags specifically. So, number one, what are the benefits to using feature flags when developing new features and trying to release and get things not to go down? And what are the benefits of using something like Split instead of building it myself?
for sure, if you want to start with the one-liner, I should tell everybody, Split is a feature management and experimentation platform.
Oh, nice.
And so what that means is we offer two things. We offer feature flags, obviously, and experimentation. And it's more than just feature flags. But feature flag in general is that logical toggle in the cloud that you can alter the path of execution of code in real time. But the benefits are quite a bit. The favorite to me are they really enable continuous delivery.
Yes.
Because when you have feature flags, you decouple a push from a release. And when you do that, you can push so often as you want. And usually they tend to be small increments. And having been there myself, when you push little things at a time, you get more attention on code reviews.
And less pages in the middle of the night.
And less pages. And and so you kind of said that the risk mitigation is with a button.
Right.
I like telling customers it's like being at the mall where you pass that sheetrock that says coming soon.
Yeah.
And behind that wall, all kinds of construction could be going on, but the production traffic just glides right by in shops until it's ready for its what do they call the openings?
For prime time?
Yeah, but the soft opening, right?
Oh,
You let a few people in, the trusted, to try your store out, and then eventually you can start to sprinkle it out to a larger audience, right? That's what feature flags are all about.
Yeah, what David is saying, we call that gradual rollout.
Okay.
So it's big for the risk mitigation. You have something out there, you want to release it. In the old days, you push and release all at once, and if you make a mistake, you make a mistake.
Right.
But in the new way, you release it to yourself in production. And then if you're happy, to your team. If you're still happy, to your own company, and then to the rest of the world in any gradual way you want.
Right.
So you mentioned a little bit, I think I heard you mention experimentation. So now I'm actually like picturing people in the back of this mall, or the construction site, trying to experiment about how they want things to work. Is that what you mean by this? Or can you tell us a little bit more about that?
To extend that metaphor, it would be more like if you owned lots of malls and you had the same store in every mall, but you weren't sure what kind of display was going to drive the most business. So you get smart and you sprinkle one kind here and one kind there, and you look at the sales results, and that's how you decide. And that's what feature flags are about in that.
So to put some structure to that, so what David is talking about is a typical A/B testing experimentation. So you run a statistical test about what's better than the other. But as an engineer, you can also experiment without being a statistical test. You can experiment with a new platform, and you want to put it in production, maybe on the shadows to see would this new code or tool will perform well in production.
Right.
So through feature flags, you can send what we call dark traffic and test something. And just to demystify a little bit the concept of experimentation, you can experiment without running a statistical test.
Right. Because with experimentation does come risk, because experiments can go wrong, obviously.
Exactly.
Look, there was a time in my storied past where a deployment for me as an SDE in the past was we copied the entire code base onto a physical CD and walked it over to the server that was sitting in our office, and that was our deployment.
We used to call that sneaker net.
Yeah, exactly. And if it failed, then it was going to be, we're going to be troubleshooting that all night, basically, because we have to get it working. And we only did this maybe once every month because it was such a long process. We literally had set aside time, and they ordered pizza and everything. and it's deployment night, every month. And look, it's not that way anymore, right?
No.
You push out changes
No.
every day, every
But you
hour.
know what? It's still, we run into prospects or people that unfortunately still do that.
Yeah.
And that's when I really get excited because let me show you a better way and actually something that will give you quality of life. So you don't need to, release off hours on Saturday night, roll back and wait until next week if something goes wrong.
Right.
That's the beauty. That's what I take proud of, is having built something that give these engineers just much better way of working.
I mean, to me, some of those nights, I dreaded because I knew, like releasing, we didn't do enough testing on this feature. We didn't have enough, we had enough unit tests, but not enough integration tests. I'm worried about this one, and then, I feel like feature flags can help take away that dread.
We talked about this before we got up here, that one of our key advisors is Jez Humble, who wrote the DevOps handbook and Accelerate.
Yeah.
And he said he had what he called the mojito test. If you could do a release balancing a mojito in one hand, then you were doing it right.
And feature flags is one of the elements, not the only
Right.
one, but one of the elements that really enables you to do continuous delivery.
Of course.
Yeah.
So what are the benefits of split, right? Feature flags in general, that's achievable through other means. What does split bring for me, that takes away some of the heavy lift?
Yeah, for sure. So many folks, and when they do it this way, they're totally right, is that you start with a homegrown solution or an open source solution, something small, because you have the need. But then they soon realize that I need so many more things, it's like security policies, and sensitive information control and approval flows and all the stuff that you need for any team that's growing.
Yeah.
And soon you realize, well, I don't have a dedicated team to maintain these. And that's when we come in and we show them, well, we have a enterprise grade ready solution that they can adopt and have a lot of benefits like fine-grained controls.
One of our least glamorous features is the audit log.
Yeah, exactly.
But you
But
have
it's
no
massively important.
idea how valuable it is to have an audit log when you're dealing with feature flags. And the homegrown flags that we encounter invariably have not built that. And it's very expensive to go back and put that kind of infrastructure in place for your own homegrown stuff. So, and that's just one thing, right? If you look at all the other aspects of the feature flag platform, it starts to become prohibitively expensive to put together what an enterprise really needs to do this effectively. So.
And the last thing is also very important is when you use feature flags, usually it doesn't happen with homegrown, is that data is isolated to that homegrown solution. But when you use feature flag, there are consequences of not sending the data out. If you're using any APM of your choice, the typical KPIs that you monitor for engineering, that information typically lacks context of feature awareness or feature flag awareness. And that's why we're super excited to partner currently with a few APM vendors so we can expose that awareness to other tools so we can, kind of a core component there. That goes all the way from just, traces and APM tools as well as pushing that information out to other tools, like maybe support tools.
Right.
Because when you use feature flags, the version of a product is not only the binary version that you push to production, it's the binary version in combination with the feature flag for every single user that you serve.
Wow.
And that's why it's so important to us that we democratize that information to everybody, any tool in the ecosystem, so we play well in your stack.
We're getting close. For the folks here that are at reInvent and want to learn more about you, I know I've seen you guys around here somewhere in the expo hall. I can't remember exactly where it is. So where do people go to learn more about you, or how do they find and connect with you while they're here, or even afterwards?
Where all the VR gaming stuff is, we're right next to that. If you have any trouble finding it. And then in virtually split.io/signup. If you want to try it out, just come check us out. A little form to fill out, and we'll give you a demo. We'll help you get started. It'll be good stuff.
And so we have a free for life, package, so you can set a production workload for free. And of course, we have tiers as your needs increase.
Of course.
That start, I think, $33 per user per month, and then the tiers goes up from that. But you can set a production workloads for free, and get a chance for 1 month even to try all the premium features for free as well. So don't fear the flags.
And where do we go to get one of those shirts and the pins?
Yeah.
I do like them.
Just come by the booth.
I like the pins. I do. It's like such a cool logo. It's such a cool logo.
Wow.
Such a cool
Appreciate it.
We
logo.
actually have a few. We got 10 seconds left at the booth. You can get a photo taken that shows your aura. That's kind of cool, unique to us. And there's some chairs where you can chill out to vibes. Like it gives you some kind of frequency. So
I've actually been wanting to get my Aura photo taken, so this is actually, I feel like something like meant to happen here. So
Good excuse to visit the booth, but for those of you watching at home, go visit split.io and get that free for life trial. Test it out. Or not even trial. Free for life.
No, free for life, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Go check out split.io and we will be right back with more from AWS On Air.